Hello world, Zan here with Abysia and Stairway to Eternity. It's going to be turn to number 27. Recording this again in real time as of the upload of the video, maybe a few days before, because I found out too late that the last videos for 26-27 had no audio. So I'm riding off the coattails of turn 26, where I gambled my Pretender God, the Divine Glyph, Milk and Honey, by sending him alone into the army of Asphodel with 10 protection. Um, I rolled the dice more than a few times on getting killed. I know that for a fact. But hey, it all worked out. So this turn, because he can't move as an immobile, and I don't have as an immobile pretender god, and I didn't have a lab on that province, I'm likely building a lab, and I figured he's already there. He might as well site search because he has some pretty nifty packs. So he finds a Grove of Fertility. Excellent. I don't know if I've been reporting it, but I have blood hunting going on. Great. 3 blood hunters, 21 slaves is really good returns because warlocks are insane. And then I have some battles. And I know they're pretty good battles because I did some more stupid things this turn, like pursue his pretender god and hope that he was still there. And lo and behold, he was. So there's no actual contingent. This is like the PD and I guess this guy that's left over. So it's just my army against that big pretender god. I got a bunch of lizards in the back. They're more like these guys, these fire drakes are more army killers than pretender god killers. But this is very important. Long time ago, I got a vine whip. And I always tell people if you don't have a way to kill something with a lot of protection, which, mind you, Abysia usually does not have this problem. Abyssians hit really, really hard. But if you have trouble killing things with a lot of protection, um, have at least one commander in the back with a great sword of sharpness. It doesn't need to be a mage. Mages usually have terrible stats. Give it to some commander that has like armor or something. If it's really important, if you know that there's going to be something really big, you can have a mage with them to give them buffs, or you can have two of these. You fit them both in the same square, and then they get like the AOE 1 buffs, which are a lot easier to get out. And that solves a lot of problems that you might otherwise struggle with. So this is like the perfect formation. I don't know if it's going to stay this way because these guys are rather fast and mine are not. Because now these guys are going to take like the first hits. These two salamanders, they're dead. They just don't know yet. But these lava warriors are going to take a hit, and then salamanders are going to kind of trickle in and hit on the sides. The drakes are going to breathe fire. That should pop them right there. Yep. I'm telling you, these things are expensive, but they hit so hard. Pop. Made of paper too. That's the other bad part about it. But pop. But if they're able to get that hit in, they're really good. It's really expensive. Sometimes you want them to die so you don't have to pay their absurdly expensive. Alright, so now you have his big old Pretender God with 28 protection after berserking. With all this magic resistance gear running around. The good thing is, without magic weapons, he can't trample. Or, he can't trample these size 6 elementals, which will hit him for 21 AP. And without magic weapons, he might get stuck on them. If he does hit anything, it's going to be devastating. That much damage. And he does have 5 fire resistance. That's okay. We just need this guy to come up here and connect. Because his hits will be, they'll make the big board bleed. Very important. There you go, get the swing off. You can see if it even did anything. Right, because this guy has Temper Flush. So it would have hit for 18, but because of Temper Flush, it comes back down to 9, which is difficult because, you know, he's regenerating 17 a turn. But that 9, you know, it's better than what these guys are mostly going to do. See, mostly they're hitting. But the big boys are going to be these salamanders with the 20 armor piercing, and this guy. There you go, there's another swing for 12. You know, all the tiny dudes are hitting for 2, 1, 2, 4, 8. This guy swings again for 14. Always have at least one, guys. Always have at least one. So that's Divine Whip right there. It's not going to stop him because he has enough strength. He's going to break out, but it kind of slows him down for one turn so everyone can get a swing in. And there you go. Down he goes to the Great Sword of Sharpness and Divine Whip. Divine Whip, again, I found this on the floor, guys. It came through an event. Put it on someone because why not? But Great Sword of Sharpness, 10 out of 10, do recommend. This stops a lot of thugs and SCs from just outright killing your stuff if they have too much protection. Like if this Pretender God had a Ring of Fire on him, I think this might have gone differently because the output of him trampling around, this guy I don't think would have been enough. But in most other cases where they're not, because most super combatants and thugs aren't trampling around, that might have worked. Having the Great Sword guy would have been enough. And then this is just, spreading out because I'm expecting Asphodel to be in full retreat. And I know we haven't seen this in a while, so we'll just watch, the Big Bless, 24 protection. Or I haven't seen this in a while. It's been a while for me. And they're just going to come up here and say, well, you hit hard, but I hit hard. And off we go. And just in case there's final launches, in case I was wrong. So more plagues and earthquakes because this is the healthiest, most abundant land in the game. And I think, other than this fortress, which we're going to go retake it next turn, I think this puts us to the pre-war borders between Asphodel and I. Yeah. Off the top of my head. Well, no, he owned this province, which now that we see it has these the quicksand and the earthblood seepage, we know that he spent this turn straight searching with his Pretender God as well. I think that was on purpose. Not, I mean, obviously he commanded it, but I think his assumption was my Pretender God is going to be here without a lab because clearly I didn't build him a lab because I'm dumb. But he assumed my Pretender God is stuck here. There's no way he can influence the fight in Warshin, this province. So maybe he was just gambling that his Pretender God could beat my army by itself. And just like I gambled and succeeded, unfortunately he gambled and did not. So I don't think anything else too crazy happens this turn. I'm researching evocation because, and I know this is the funny thing, is I had promised in like the Pretender Design and all that I was going to try to do non-stereotypical Abysia things, but it's hard to not light things on fire when your opponent is Asphodel. So I'm likely going up here for Fireball as a basis, but literally anything on this tree is super effective against Asphodel, no matter what he does. Fire Cloud, Falling Flyers, Liquid Flame of Roax, or whatever, how you pronounce this. It's also insane because of this AoE 6, 10 AP. This hits really, really hard. I don't even remember if I cast this or not. But I know my thinking on this going up evocation is I need these little piddly mages to also throw fireballs on top of their banishments. And maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have just let them banish forever and research other things. I know my research is hot garbage for the turn that it is. But it's Abysia. I have no money. All right, so with that quick episode, I think I'll see you guys next time on turn 28.